Today I'm going to be working on my shade garden, well, around my shade garden, but I'm actually going to be planting right in this spot right here, which actually gets good morning sun and good afternoon sun. So it's a very nice place to put some sun-loving plants. So that's what I'm going to be planting today, and I'm going to do it before that sun starts hitting my back. So I hope you enjoy this video. I hope that you will be able to see what I am doing, because I actually am a little shaded. So with that, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to show you what this area looks like so that you can get an idea what it looks like and then what it will look like when I'm done. But let me go over the plants really quick. I'm going to be putting some little gem. Now this is beautiful, and it's kind of has like a creamy white flower. This is really great for like if you're building a cottage garden, and it's also really great in containers. But I love the airiness that this plant has to offer, and every plant that I'm going to be planting today is going to require full sun. And it'll probably get about 18 inches in height. Then I have some allium, and this is the more petite type allium. And I love this because it's really great for in the borders of your garden, because it's not a very tall allium. Look how beautiful. Look how beautiful those are. And this is filled with a ton of bulbs. But what I like about this is that it has more of that daylily foliage, and so it's really nice and sturdy. So it's not going to flop over like a lot of the alliums do. But this one is called an Allium Millennium. Now I don't know the zoning, so I'm just going to put it on the screen because I don't know what I did with the tag. But isn't that going to be gorgeous? I love this, and it just looks very whimsical, and it just looks like it would look beautiful when the wind blows. So this would be really great for even, again, the cottage garden, an ocean garden, or even in a container. Then I'm going to be doing some yarrow. This yarrow got a broken limb, so I'm going to be putting that in a little splinter so that it keeps it upright. But look at the flowers on this one. Isn't this just beautiful? It's got like yellowish to reds, and so this is going to go really well with my whole theme here of reds and yellows, and I just absolutely love it. Now the yarrow always gets full sun. It loves full sun, and it should do really, really well over here. In fact, all of these, and this is something I would highly recommend for anybody, is that when you're not really certain how your plant is going to do in a certain area, place it there for a while. These have been placed there for about 2 weeks, so I know it's going to do very, very well. Then I'm going to be putting royal purple Batissa. I'm probably butchering the name, so I'm going to put it down for you. But this one here is a full sun again. It's zoned from 4 all the way down to minus 30 degrees, which is awesome. Height on this is going to be 3 to 4 feet tall and up to 5 feet wide. So this will be more of a shrub. And the flowers appear to be kind of like a burgundy in color. So that should just continue to go with the theme of the reds and burgundies that I have in this area. And last but not least, for this area right here, I'm going to be planting a lion's ear. Look at how gorgeous that is. Now this totally goes away from the reds and yellows, but it's still orange, so it's going to work out beautifully. And this one here is going to get very tall, and it will expand and become more of a shrub as well. So this is going to fill in this whole area very, very nicely. Now, it's zoned to zone 8, but it does get down to a minus 10 degrees. Now it's full sun exposure, and it will get up to 8 feet in height and 36 inches wide. So I am really like packing it in on this area, and hopefully it'll just look fantastic. So I'm excited about this. Then in the very front, I'm going to be doing an orange skipper echinacea. And this is going to go right at the very, very front where my bee balms are. But this is just going to be a quick pop in the ground. I just saw an empty space, and I love my bee balm, but I really love echinacea and what it has to offer. Now, because it's called an orange skipper, this obviously will have orange coneflowers, and it just looks beautiful. So yeah, anyway, that's what's in for today, you guys. Let me get started before I get a sunburn. I'll take you really quick over here where I'm going to be popping my echinacea. But do you see how my bee balm, and it is really bright over here. So I'm going to set this one right. I'm going to be setting it right there. So it'll fill in quite a bit of this because it will get about 18 to 36 inches in height. So let me do that first since the sun is coming up. So what I did is I added the Biotone starter already to my soil and some bone meal, and I'm just going to mix it up. And then I'm going to give this some new soil. So this is what it looks like right now. So this is empty. This area right here is empty. I will be removing my rock rose over here and then just filling in that space. So that's what it looks like right now. So for those of you that have been following my channel, you may recall that I used to have a Transcensia Purple Heart in this container, and I had it here for several years, and I trimmed it and it didn't make it last winter. So I thought that I'd go ahead and replenish it with more. So I'm going to put 3 of those plants in here. Now you can see what I've done over here, and everything looks beautiful. Now it doesn't look a lot different than what it did before, other than it does look a little bit more organized and just a little bit more life than it did. But let me kind of look at this plants and kind of give you an idea of why I placed them where I did. Now, I placed the lion's ear over here because that's going to get up to 5 feet to 4 feet tall and wide. So that's going to cover up this meter because it's such an eyesore. And I've struggled with trying to figure out what it is that I wanted to put there. And this is going to take care of it. Now, my Buddha is going to get about 4 feet to 4 feet tall and wide. So it's going to get fairly large here. And that's what I want because I want to protect my hosta from it getting fried. So it's going to be perfect. My yarrow is going to get maybe about 30 inches in height. But look at all the blooms. It looks happy. None of them are whimpering. Now, all of these plants here, whether it's a yarrow, the little Ginny, or lion's ear, and even this Buddha truss over here, all of these are drought tolerant. So everything here is going to do just fine because they are grouped in the same watering requirements. But everything looks really hydrated and just really, really happy. And I love Japanese grass. I think it adds a lot of beauty to a yard. And once it grows and cascades over, you're not going to see the ground. My allium is going to be beautiful there. If anything, it may top at about 18 inches in height, but it's still going to be beautiful. And it looks happy. So I'm happy with the end results. Now let's go up to go look at how this is doing. This is going to be beautiful. I'm so excited to have put another Purple Heart over here. Now, this one does need a little bit of winter protection, but what's really beautiful about this Purple Heart is that it's very drought tolerant. So it doesn't need a lot of water for you to care for it. And this is also great for ground cover. It's great in containers, hanging basket containers, that is. And yeah. So again, this is what it looks like before. This is my orange skipper echinacea right here. And if you look at it really close, it's got a ton of bloom. And being that this is the next morning, you can see that it's well hydrated, it's happy, it didn't go into shock, and it's just absolutely beautiful. Now, it will spread out in this area as well. Now, this one is only gonna grow about 18 inches in height. So it's gonna be a lot like this other echinacea, which I can't remember the variety, but it's probably gonna get about as tall as that. But for a border echinacea, it's gonna be perfect for this area. It's because it's just in front of my spiderwort as well as my bee balm. And echinaceas are also drought tolerant, so keep that in mind with echinacea coneflowers. And that's what I love about them, because not only are they drought tolerant and beautiful, but they are also a medicinal plant. So if you are into herbs and medicinal plants, this would be a great one for you to have in your yard. Well, that's gonna do it for me. Oh my gosh, I really love it. I'm so glad that I did this. And now you can see how much sun actually gets in this direction. This is a sun-loving area, and so all those plants are just going to really, really thrive in this area. And I can't wait for everything to grow and get big and lush and beautiful. So I will always update you, as I always do. But you guys, don't forget to get up, get out, and get active, and build yourself a little garden spot. You'll love it, even if it's in a container. So with that, you guys, I will give you a roundabout once the sun comes down a little bit. And thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you enjoyed this video. And if you haven't already, please don't forget to hit that subscribe and that notification button so you catch me on all my videos. Okay, you guys. Love you. I'll see you guys next time.
Wish that I could stay. Wish for this moment to never go away. But it's all in my mind. though I know that there is nothing to find. You're a beautiful sight in the summer night, and you can't put up a fight in the misty light.